So I am fully caught up now with Oshi no Ko, and I've been thinking heavily about potentially starting Shounen no Abyss, or Boys Abyss, and judging by what I saw on Twitter when I kind of talked about it, in the comments about it, I'm going to assume I'm in for a very heavy and dark ride, because it's like people are saying, hey, it's a very depressing series. If you need to put the series down, put the series down. And just hearing that, and I think most people know what I'm into and know what I have read, like Berserk, and I've read, Tokyo Ghoul, etc. Hearing individuals say that kind of has me worried. I do wonder exactly what this series is going to be about, because the cover of it has definitely caught my attention, is one of the big reasons why I actually wanted to start reading it in the first place, and I plan to be getting around to reading that probably later today. But for now, though, I want to talk about Oshi no Ko, because as you just heard me say earlier on in the video, I am now fully caught up, and I could kind of give my overall thoughts of it, how I felt about it, is it a good series, and like, what am I expecting going forward from the series, like the upcoming chapters. So, as you all know, when I did my first impressions, I was completely unaware of the twist that was about to happen around chapter 9 and 10. And FYI, if you're not caught up, or if you haven't read the series, I recommend you to go catch up, go read it before I say what I'm about to say, because it would ruin a pretty big twist. With that out of the way, though, with the death of I didn't see it coming. Honestly, that really shocked me, because it's like, when I was catching up, like when I was reading to that point, I figured that it was going to go down a plot line to where Aqua and Ruby were going to eventually start to outshine and I was going to potentially get jealous. Now, clearly, by the time she dies, we do find out that she isn't a perfect mother, but she wasn't necessarily bad either. She was doing the very best she could. And when you think about the situation, obviously, I don't think she would have gotten jealous if her kids did get really good and potentially outshined her. But the point I'm trying to bring up, though, is the way the story was going, I thought that was the direction it was going to go. For instance, the kids outshining I, and, her getting jealous and potentially dispute with the family or whatever, something like that. Or, even their secret getting exposed very quickly. But obviously, the series went down a completely different direction. I dies, and their entire cover of them, actually being children of I is still a secret up to the current chapter of the manga. Now, however, there is an individual that already knows about this, which is Akane, and I'll talk about her in a second. But overall, though, I think that the story definitely has had a lot of twists, a lot of turns, a lot of unexpected things, and things that honestly just make me excited for the future. So, let's get into the main meat of what the story's about, and that is revenge. So yeah, FYI, the story is a revenge plot, which, whoa, okay, that was a shocking one to me, because once again, you had like an isekai reincarnated and all that. I was like, a revenge plot when that was real? Like, that's kind of interesting, different, and, I'm glad it hasn't turned into, like, too edgy. It doesn't feel edgy, by the way. I want to kind of clarify that, because it could have easily went down that path of, like, being super edgy, but it isn't. It is a perfect amount of darker tone that makes it believable. For instance, you have the character Aqua, her main male character, that, he pretty much lost his mother figure, and he lost the one that he looked up as an idol as well, and he was a fan of, so he lost, two birds in one stone, and obviously he was devastated. I mean, he literally watched her die right before him, so you gotta imagine just the trauma of that, just, experiencing that type of emotion, and watching someone you care about so deeply just dying before your eyes. So, just like, it's understandable his actions and what direction he went as a character after that event, and also why Ruby acts like she does is because she's a little bit more innocent, because before she became reincarnated, she was younger and she died early, so she didn't get to be an adult and actually experience and become a little bit more jaded, while our main male character was already jaded before he was reincarnated. So just everything about the situation is believable, and I do like where the plot is going, and I do wonder if he will actually do what he wants to do. For instance, get revenge and potentially kill the very man that, got rid of his mother, which that gets into the main plot. So, as I said, it's a revenge story, and this crazy stalker that was the one that caused our main male character, Aqua, to reincarnate in the first place, he's the one that came out of nowhere and, stabbed I, and she died, obviously. I've already talked about it. But the thing is that dude isn't the person that Aqua is wanting to get vengeance on, because he's not really the main person that caused all of it. Most likely it has something to do with Aqua's father. And the reason why is because Aqua's father, at this very point in the story, at least up to date with the latest chapters, you have no idea who Aqua's father is. You don't know his name or anything. We don't even know what he looks like. Maybe we've already seen him, who knows. But the point is that you don't know who he is. But it's very clear that, he's wanting to remain hidden. He doesn't want to know, he doesn't want anyone to know his connection with Ai, and he doesn't want anyone to know that he actually has kids. And when you think about the situation, it's like it all fits in line with the father potentially getting rid of Ai, trying to get rid of her and the kids and all that for, he doesn't have to worry about it. So that leads to the revenge plot, where the MC wants to, or what the MC wants to accomplish. So I do think that's interesting, and I do wonder if he will be able to accomplish it, or will he forgive the father if he actually meets him, which that gets into the main moral dilemma where the series is currently at. So there is 2 female characters that are in the story right now that are love interests to our main male character, Aqua, and one represents, at the start, she was a bratty little girl, but turned out to be very kind-hearted and has opened up and bettered herself as a person. And then you have Akane, which is a very good genius actor, and she is someone that also, loves Aqua, but she represents sides of him that will bring out the worst of him. And so when you look at the 2 characters, the 2 main female characters, and for being just, objective, who is probably better for Aqua, it would be Kana. Because Kana as a character, she is someone that, is trying to change as a person and better her life. While Akane is willing to satisfy, Aqua's desires of wanting to get vengeance and even help him out with it. So when you think about the 2 love interests right now, it's clear who is toxic and who is not toxic. Now, will Akane retain that personality and continue doing that? I don't know. The point I'm trying to bring up, though, right now is that is a current dilemma going on with the story structure right now, is that which character will Aqua side with? Will he go with Akane, which is the toxic one, or will he go with Kana, which will lead him down a good path? Obviously, for story development, I think him going with Akane would be very interesting, because I do want to know how far he's willing to go and go down a rabbit hole to get what he wants. Now, another thing, too, I do want to talk about is the overall story and kind of the acting in general. So, like I said with my first impressions, it's very clear that Oshi no Ko is not restricted by the overall idol-type theme, because it's basically almost anything in the entertainment genre. You have movies, you have TV shows, you have acting, theater, idol work, music, just everything that the series has, it feels more free. It's not as restricted as what Act Age was, which is a huge plus for the story, and my opinion that I said in my first impression still stands after catching up. Now, in terms of artwork, the artwork is continuously getting better and better, and I am absolutely a big fan of all the color pages and the volume covers that I kept encountering while catching up. I'll probably have a few images on screen. I'll probably use one as a thumbnail. I really do love just the artwork of this series. It definitely stands out, and I cannot wait to see more. I do hope that a official version comes out to the States where I'm able to pick up an official volume, because I would love to actually have a hand-printed copy of Oshi no Ko, because it's a beautiful looking series. But yeah, I just wanted to get my thoughts out there of how I felt about it, and if it's a good series or not. Just a brief video I wanted to talk about, and talk about what is actually next, what I'm going to be reading, which is probably Boys Abyss. Now, a few things before I wrap up this video. I'm going to be probably streaming tomorrow some more Dan, so if you want to see me stream that series, continue my read-through, I'm going to be doing that tomorrow, and I'm going to be reading some Boy Abyss, later tonight. So basically, I might have, a first impressions of Boys Abyss tomorrow, and then I'll be doing, a live stream of Dan tomorrow as well. So just keeping everybody in the know, if you have been wondering, why I haven't been streaming these past few days, I will be doing it tomorrow. But with that, guys, be safe, stay healthy, Chibi out.